Hey guys, it's Will here again, and I'm back with Sam.
Hey guys.
Oh, and the camera's a bit shaky tonight, sorry about that. It's stacked on a pile of spare bits. Anyway, we've got it. Rise of the Primarch. Roboute Guilliman is back, and we've got the book, and we're going to have a review of the rules tonight.
Yeah. Should be interesting. From what we've seen, looks interesting.
Yeah, the first two books in this series have been certainly worth the read. One of them had some great, fluffy, interesting army lists.
Yeah, the first one was quite nice. The characters in it were quite nice.
Second one...
It's broken.
It's very powerful. It's not unbeatable, as you have proved twice, but yeah.
Go Chaos Marines!
Yeah, I just lost with my Ynnari to the Chaos Marines, but I'm blaming dice for that. But anyway, you don't want to hear about the Ynnari tonight. You want to hear about the Ultramarines and Guilliman. So, like the other books in this series, this is going to be about 3/4 background, lore, fluff, whatever you want to call it, all that good stuff that I will probably take about 3 weeks reading and then talk about further down the line. And then a slither of rules at the back.
There's quite a lot in there though, comparatively.
There is, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see what this does. It's all Space Marines this time, so fans of Power Armour, stay tuned. As ever, we've got some Echoes of War missions, interesting things to play. We really should do an Echoes of War battle report sometime. There's actually loads. I think this book kind of storyline is almost a crusade that Guilliman is sort of embarking along across the galaxy from Macragge to Terra to go and meet with his father. Go meet with his father, the Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know quite what's going to happen when he gets there yet. We'll have to have a look at the fluff. But anyway.
Hopefully he won't have his soul sucked out.
That would be preferable. He's not a psyker, so he won't get his soul sucked out.
This is that. I thought all the Primarchs were psychers in some sort of manner.
No, not at all. The only ones with any psychic potential were Kurz, Magnus, what's his name? Lorgar.
Yeah, and the Death Guard one was.
No, he wasn't psychic. His second in command was, but he wasn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he didn't like him. Anyway, so in this book we're getting a few new bits. We're getting obviously the data sheets for 3 new characters. So there's the Grey Knight guy, Guilliman himself, and Cypher, as well as rules for the Fallen, the Dark Angels who went renegade during the Horus Heresy.
Dirty Dark Angels.
Or did they?
Dirty Dark Angels.
Or did they?
Dirty Dark Angels.
We've got some new formations and a couple of other things you would expect. There's an Ultramarine detachment rules in here, tactical objectives and relics, but also rules for demonic adversaries. If you're using Grey Knights, it's kind of extra rules so that even if you're fielding your Grey Knights against a non-demon player, they have a few bonuses that sort of make it a bit more fluffy.
It's a fluffy option because you can only take them against Grey Knights, so you'd never take them in a standard list.
No, but possibly a fun option. Now, the first thing we've got is it's giving us an allies table for the Fallen. So clearly the Fallen are going to be able to be taken as an army in their own right, albeit a small one. They're battle brothers with all of the Imperium except Dark Angels. They cannot be used with Dark Angels.
They can with Space Wolves though.
Yes, you can have the Fallen allied with Space Wolves if you really want. They're also battle brothers with Chaos Space Marines.
Yay!
Because why not? You know, you can be allies with both Ultramarines and the Black Legion at the same time. Just not Dark Angels. Allies of convenience with Dark Eldar, Harlequins, Necrons, Orcs, Renegade Knights and Ynnari.
It's not bad.
Desperate with Tau. And come the apocalypse with demons, gene stealers, Khorne Demonkin and Tyranids.
Oh, poor Tyranids and gene stealers, they don't get any love.
Gene stealers get Imperial Guard, but I'm noticing this is the best allies matrix of any army in the game. Literally, apart from Tau, demons and Tyranids basically, you're at least allies of convenience with everyone.
Yeah.
And your battle brothers with the whole Imperium apart from the Dark Angels.
Let's crack on.
Yeah,
because we haven't got limited time.
We are a bit tight on time, yeah. Cypher. So this is the first of the characters from the starter set. So this guy is a Dark Angel who kind of leads the Fallen, but he's a very shadowy character. He's coming in at 190 points. And Sam, would you like to tell us what sort of stats we get for that?
So 190 points is pretty cheap compared to the rest of the characters we've seen. Weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 10. That's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know the fluff behind this idiot, but he's a Dark Angel, so...
Sam's a Space Wolf player, so he's going to hate on Dark Angels, sorry.
Yeah, no, Dark Angels are evil. Stupid Primarch. So, weapon skill 7, that's pretty impressive. Ballistic skill 10 is insane. I don't know why he warrants that. Strength 4, toughness 4, so he's just standard Space Marine. 3 wounds, initiative 8, 3 attacks, leadership 10, save 3+. So relatively standard once you get past the weapon skill, ballistic skill.
Yeah, that ballistic skill is great, and he looks like he's packing a plasma pistol, so...
yeah, high initiative as well. A slightly low number of attacks for an 190 point character, but not too bad. Let's see what special rules we get. So we get Frag and Crack, as always. And thou shalt know no fear, Eternal Warrior, Fleet, Hit and Run, Independent Character, Infiltrate and Shrouded.
That is nice.
That's a lot of rules for a Space Marine.
But I'm just thinking, Shrouded is always a good rule to have on an independent character, because you can give that to a squad. And Hit and Run goes over to a squad as well. So immediately we've got some interesting options here. As ye sow, so ye shall reap, or so shall ye reap. Cypher cannot be selected as a warlord. In addition, the leadership characteristic of the warlord in any army that includes Cypher suffers a -1 penalty.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's...
That sucks.
Clearly there's a fluff reason why. I'm not overly familiar with the background of this guy, but
No, neither am I.
you want to seriously consider your warlord when you're running this guy. You know, is it worth taking that leadership penalty?
Then blazing weapons. That's interesting. Cypher can shoot both his plasma pistol twice.
Both his pistols twice. So he's got 2 pistols and he can shoot them both twice in each shooting
He hasn't
phase.
got any pistols on his weapon. Oh no, they're over here.
They're relic pistols, so they're over the
So,
other side.
Cypher's pistols. 1 bolt pistol, 1 plasma pistol. Cypher's bolt pistol, 16-inch range, strength 4, AP 5 pistol. His plasma pistol, 12-inch range, strength 7, AP 2 pistol.
Doesn't have gets hot.
Yeah. So, that's alright.
Cool. So not
Slightly long range bolt pistol, none gets hot plasma. But with BS10, you're re-rolling 2s followed by 2s, aren't you?
Yep, you are. Unless you're snap firing, your 2s followed by 2s. So he's going, realistically, he's going to hit you with 2 bolt pistols and 2 plasma pistols every turn.
That's pretty cool.
And that makes the BS10 very usable.
Yeah, so it's just...
Hang on. When making Overwatch shots, Cypher uses his full ballistic skill. Oh, hang on. Cypher can shoot both his pistols or can fire them once each before or after making a run. Nice. And when making Overwatch, uses his full ballistic skill.
Also, he can shoot twice with both his pistols and then run and shoot once with both his pistols.
Yeah. So he gives up one of his shots
To run.
That's
pretty cool.
He shoots Overwatch at full BS, which is 10, which means...
That's one thing I've just spotted. Unit type infantry character. He's not an independent character.
Yes, he is. Independent character. It's in the special
it's
rules.
there.
And in the assault phase, half of Cypher's close combat attacks, rounded up, are strength 4 AP 5, and the remaining are strength 7 AP 2.
So he likes to shoot you in the face a lot.
Yeah, so he shoots... Although he's got this big-ass sword on his back, he doesn't actually seem to have any rules for using it, so clearly it's a ceremonial weapon. Fair enough.
Was he thinking his towel or something?
No.
Look, I got a sword, but I'd rather shoot you in the face.
To be fair, you know, a bolt pistol and a plasma pistol isn't a bad set of weapons to shoot you in the face with. So we've got this divine protection rule, which Sam's reading now.
So when if there is an enemy model within D6 of Cypher when he loses his last wound or is otherwise removed as a casualty, then Cypher
Is
assumed to have been captured alive. If there are no enemy models within range when Cypher is removed as a casualty, then he's
made a miraculous escape. If Cypher escapes, he is not considered to be a casualty for the purposes of victory points. So that's useful. There's a high probability, unless he's in combat.
Why would he award victory points anyway if he can't be a warlord?
Because some missions you kill stuff anyway. You get points for killing stuff anyway, don't you? So say you're playing the Eternal War mission where it's just kill points.
Yeah, I guess it's that.
Or you've got just
Overwhelming firepower,
assassinate, all of that. There's a few reasons that would come into play.
Pretty cool.
Okay, then he's got some rules. In pursuit of the fallen. Cypher and his fellow fallen have been subject to a secret manhunt by the Dark Angels since the heresy, yada 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 yada. The following rules are used in any mission which includes both Cypher or any units of fallen and models with the Dark Angel faction. So this is only if there's Dark Angels against him, because they can never ally with him.
Yeah. They can't they?
Nope. Neither Cypher nor the Fallen may be included in an army that includes any models with the Dark Angel faction.
Oh, fair enough.
Why would the Fallen work with Dark Angels?
Yeah. So Cypher is captured by a Dark Angel player who...
The player whose army includes...
Scored 3 victory points if Dark Angels catch him. That's,
nice.
Pretty cool.
Very fluffy rule there, I like it. If Cypher is forced to escape or is captured by a model that's not a Dark Angel, neither side receive any additional victory points. If several models are in position to capture Cypher, some of which are Dark Angels and some of which are not, randomly decide which model captures him. And if Cypher is neither captured nor forced to escape before the end of the battle, the player whose army includes Cypher scores D3 victory points.
So keep him alive, you get D3 victory points.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
You're playing against, so if he's fighting against Dark Angels, then if he escapes, nobody gets the points. If he's captured, the Dark Angels get the points. If he's not captured, so it's very situational, but interesting. I like.
There's something. All Dark Angel models with the Deathwing special rule gain a Zealot special rule.
Makes sense.
He seems to give out a lot of bonuses to your opponent.
That's because the Dark Angels really don't like him.
Situational whether he'd field him. I guess if you were going for a fallen army.
Yeah, or you like the model, or you want to give Shrouded to a unit. There's a good number of reasons why you'd take him. But now we've got the Fallen themselves. So they're available as a unit and also a formation of Fallen Champions.
Yeah, the Fallen Champions is a formation which is Cypher and 1 to 3 units of Fallen. And that just gives you Infiltrate, Fallen Leader, any unit that from this formation that is within 12 Cypher has the And Shall Know No Fear special and Stubborn.
Because Fallen don't have And They Shall Know No Fear because they are not true. They're not followers of the Codex by any stretch of the imagination. No. They are.
Yeah, you get And They Shall Know No Fear and Stubborn, which is pretty nice. It's not a bad formation. It depends on what Fallen are like. 100 points
for
the Fallen.
5.
Yeah, it gets you 4 Fallen and a Fallen Champion.
And they've got Space Marine profiles, but with 2 attacks and leadership.
So they're veterans,
10.
basically.
And leadership 10 though, that's nice.
Bolt gun, bolt pistol, close combat weapon, frag and crack. So they've got bolt pistol, combat weapon, and bolt gun.
So they've got they're fully tooled up.
Yeah. May include up to 5 additional at 20 points a model.
Fallen champion may replace his bolt pistol or close combat weapon with either a lightning claw or power weapon at 15, power fist at 25, and he can also take melter bombs for 5.
Pretty cool. Fallen champion may replace one of his weapons with combi flamer, melter, or plasma for 10.
Or a
Plasma pistol for 15.
So he's basically got all the options of a Space Marine Sergeant.
One Fallen may replace his bolt gun with a flamer, heavy bolter, melter gun, auto cannon, plasma gun, missile launcher, las cannon.
At varying points, basically equivalent to the Space Marine Codex.
Yeah, I say flamers for 5, heavy bolter, melter gun, auto cannon for 10, plasma gun, missile launcher for 15, las cannon for 20. That's pretty cool. You can have a heavy weapon in a 5-man squad.
That's handy, but I don't think you'd put a heavy weapon in a squad of guys with 3 attack space because of their combat weapons.
Yeah. Up to 4 Fallen may choose one.
May either have a bolt pistol, or replace their bolt pistol with a plasma pistol, replace their close combat weapon, they can have a combat weapon or a fist or a lightning claw at various points. Up to 4 guys can either have a lightning claw, power fist, power sword, or plasma pistol.
Replace bolt pistol and bolt gun with a pair of lightning claws. Replace bolt gun with one of the following: flamer for 5, metal gun, combi flamer, combi melter, combi plasma for 10, and plasma gun for 15. So you could have a whole squad of 4 plasma guns.
Nice, that is pretty cool.
Can you get a plasma gun on a champion? You get a combi plasma.
Yeah, so you could have a full 5 dudes with plasmas, which would be very Dark Angels, and you would kill the squad very quickly.
Yep.
Because they'd all overheat.
So basically they're veterans.
Yeah.
They get all the war gear options and a stat line which represents them being pretty good actually. Nothing amazing, but yeah, I'd say they're pretty tall.
I would say it would be quite fun to take them in the formation with Cypher, because that grants them infiltrate, and Cypher has infiltrate. So you have one squad maybe tooled up for combat with Cypher, and then 2 squads tooled up for shooting.
Maybe.
Or short range with then counter-attacking combat. Interesting, but I don't think a unit that's going to be a game breaker.
No. Right, we've got some Grey Knights by the looks of it.
Yeah, we have Grey Knights. Grand Master Voldus. So he's the second character in the Triumvirate box, and the one that none of us have heard of before.
Yeah, he's expensive, 240 points.
Whoa.
What'd you get for that?
What do you get? You get Weapon Skill 6, Ballistic Skill 5.
It's already a bit meh.
Strength and Toughness 4 with 3 wounds, so average. Initiative 5, 4 attacks, Leadership 10. So a nice attack stat.
So he's got like a Chapter Master stats. So he's not great. There's nothing there that says stats are worth 240 points. Terminator Armor, Stormbolter, Frag and Crack, Psych Out Grenades, Iron Halo. So 4 up in one's nice.
4 up in one with a 2 up armour is decent, yep. Psych Out Grenades, you're the ex-Grey Knight player, what do?
They do something bad to Psychers.
Really? Psych Out Grenades do something to Psychers? We have some news here, guys. Sorry.
126s. Psych Out Grenades, Psyshock.
So they're Strength 2 grenades with Assault 1 blast.
They cause the perils.
Oh, and they force perils on Psychers. That's pretty cool, actually. Slightly short range, but he's got a big-ass hammer, so I think he's going to want to get close anyway.
Yeah, so the Aegis, when I played Grey Knights, used to give you bonuses to deny the witch or something.
I believe it still does.
A National Fear, independent character, preferred enemy demons, Psych level 3, that's good.
That's why he's so many points.
And Purity of Spirit, which is
page
126.
126.
Grey Knight Psychers can generate psychic powers from Demonology Discipline. Grey Knight Psychers can only generate Santic powers.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's basically he's a Grey Knight with regards to perils and the use of Sanctic Demonology. So that's just what you'd expect. He can use Sanctic powers
Yeah.
without miscasting on any double. Sorry, heraldsing, not miscasting.
Yeah. Lord Master, don't know what that is.
Lore Master
Lord Master.
knows one more power than is normal for his mastery level. This must be generated from Sanctic Demonology.
That's annoying because that breaks psychic focus.
Unless he always picks everything from Demonology Sanctic.
Yeah, so you're a little shoehorned into taking Sanctic.
But he's a special character, it's logical that his powers
But he
should
also
be what-
knows, can generate spells from Sanctic, Divination, Fulmination, Geomancy, Librarius, Pyromancy, Technomancy, Telekinesis and Telepathy.
He gets all the disciplines.
Yeah, all the disciplines, and
He's got a big
hammer.
fat-ass hammer. The Malleus Arginria, the big hammer.
×2 strength, AP2, melee force concussive, Demon Bane, specialist weapon. Demon Bane is there.
If the force power is successfully manifested and targets a unit with one or more weapons with this special rule, in addition to the usual fate, all weapons with this special rule reroll to wound an armor pen against demons while this blessing is in effect.
So you get to reroll demons if you're
Reroll to wound demons.
situational, but nice.
Bearing in mind the other things. He's expensive. He's 240
Yeah, I was
points.
going to say he's quite costly for what he actually is.
But that often has been the theme with these characters in the Triumvirate box sets as we've gone through the Gathering Storm. So they do all seem to be
The elder ones are relatively reasonably priced.
150 for a guy without an invuln, 200 for a level 2 Psyker, and then...
Your Rain, she's like level 3 or 4.
I thought she was level 2.
Can't remember.
But she's expensive. She's certainly not cheap.
The Incarn's worth its points.
Yeah, but in a competitive list, you'd always take a Wraithwood over an Incarn.
Would you?
I
wouldn't.
personally wouldn't. I would take the Incarn because it's a gorgeous model.
But yeah, there's a formation here.
The Bulwark of Purity.
Wow.
So you get this is a Grey Knight formation, so you get a Grey Knight Librarian, 2 units of Paladins and 2 units of Terminators.
The Librarian must have Grey Knight faction.
And wear Terminator armour.
No unit from this formation can...
Take a dedicated transport, so
No Storm Ravens, no Land Raiders.
that's fine. Grey Knight Terminators probably want to teleport around anyway, in my experience.
Yeah, well the thing is that sort of list you'd be taking away from the Nemesis Strike Force.
True.
But so what do you get for it? Well, 3 or more units from this formation are on the battlefield. You can add 1 to results when making Deny the Witch.
Situational again.
Well, I guess it's just add 1 to Deny the Witch, not targeted. So
Yeah, but I mean,
you Deny the Witch on a 5-up
it's
for like
useful,
blessings and
but
stuff. That's actually can be game breaking because some Psychic Death Stars suddenly you're denying them on 5s. You might actually, and you've got a heavy list of Psychers there. You might actually be able to break that Psychic Death Star.
yeah, true.
And then Aura of Purity, while 3 or more units from this formation are on the battlefield, if any unit from this formation successfully manifests the Banishment Psychic power, all units of demons are affected with 12.
Nice.
From any unit in this formation. So one of them manifests it, and all demons in 12, anyone from the formation is affected.
Oh, that's really strong anti-demon force.
Yeah, I was going to say, very, very good anti-demon, but not much else.
No, if you have a mate who plays demons and you are having trouble beating their Super Corn Demonkin list because they're summoning 40 Bloodletters or something crazy like that and they're all deep striking down, that would be an interesting option.
So the Grandmaster is
Overcosted.
yeah, I'd say he's too expensive. He's a nice model, he has some cool stuff, but he's very expensive. The Bulwark of Purity is an interesting list. 2 units of Paladins.
And 2 units of Terminators. That's
That's most of your army.
It is, yeah.
So
one more for a fluff game where you're representing these guys fighting against some demons rather than.
I mean, yeah, you've got a decent amount of psychic in there. So some anti-demon, some anti-psychic. Yeah, it's all right.
But probably I'd go for the Nemesis Strike Force over that.
Depends on what it can be taken in, I guess.
Yeah, true.
So
Just war gear rules that are needed to make that work.
and then that's the fluffy part. Which
So it's
should probably skip over just for time, to be honest.
okay. Well, we might come back to Demonic Adversaries later.
It's not a thing because you can only take it. You have to be playing against Grey Knights to take it.
Yeah.
So
you'd kind of.
it would be list tailoring.
It would be list tailoring because and it's not just you get this upgrade. You actually have to buy upgrades.
Yeah. It's like you can buy Psychic Mastering
And demon
cards.
special
Yeah.
rules for characters playing against Grey Knights. So again, it's something for a fun game. But now this is the one you all want to see. Roboute Guilliman.
Mr. Giant Jaw.
Primarch of the Ultramarines. Here we go in all his glory. So this is the first time they've done a Loyalist Primarch in 40k.
And it had to be Girly Man himself.
Oh come on, it was obviously going to be Guilliman. They want sales.
I wanted Lehman Russ with a beard.
Yes, why does Forge World's Lehman Russ not have a beard?
It's
He's a
so
Viking
wrong.
warlord in space, he needs a beard.
It's just wrong.
Whereas Guilliman is exactly how you'd expect him to look. He looks like,
A puff.
I would say, a Roman emperor in space.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's how he's meant to look, like a Roman emperor in space.
Yeah,
Model criticisms aside, I prefer the Forge World one.
it is a very beautiful model, though.
It is nice. You certainly can't fault them, but the problem is there's the Forge World one, which is just so good.
So,
Anyway, rules. You want to hear about rules?
350 points. That's not bad.
Really not bad at all for a Primarch.
He's a Lord of War, so... And he's a monstrous creature,
That is disappointing.
so you
Because
can't bury him in a unit.
you can't stick him in a unit of Terminators or in a veteran squad or in a command squad. Why
And
Guilliman?
he's just a standard monstrous creature, so he's got to walk, so he'll be slow as hell.
Yeah.
Weapon skill 9, ballistic skill 6, strength 6, toughness 6, 6 wounds, initiative 6, 6 attacks, leadership 10, save 2 plus. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Guilliman's the devil.
No, there's too many 6s there.
1, 2, 3. He's got only double. He's got six. He's got six sixes.
Wow,
Six
yeah,
sixes.
so like 6 across the board pretty much. That's pretty beastly.
So
Special rules,
But then-
Adamantium Will, Chapter Tactics, Ultramarines, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Feel No Pain, Fleet,
precision
Precision
shot,
Shot, Precision Strike, Preferred Enemy Chaos.
meaning all chaos.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm just looking at him though. Even with Feel No Pain, 2+ armor, 6 wounds, toughness 6, at that points cost, he's just going to get blasted off the board.
Are you going to trade him for an Imperial Knight who's only 25 points more?
No, because an Eldar Scatterbike can wound him easily from the
Yeah.
front, and it can't even touch Grey Knight. A bolter can wound him, it can't touch an Imperial Knight.
Yeah. I say Imperial Knight being like 375, it's only 25 points more.
His other rules better be really good.
Yeah. So, Lord Commander of the Imperium. Friendly units from Army of the Imperium. Reroll failed morale checks and fear. Pinning while.
Guilliman is on the battlefield.
Reroll your leaderships basically.
That's
I'll let you do this one.
yeah, that's pretty solid. Primarch of the 13th Legion. You can choose to enact Devastator, Assault and Tactical Doctrines once per game, in addition to other uses, and they affect all Ultramarine models in your army.
So basically, if you're playing like these Ultramarines, you'll be doing doctrines every turn.
Because you're already getting 1 to 3 set of them for being Ultramarines, one set of them for Guilliman, and as we'll see later on, you can get more of them as well.
Yeah.
You can have more tactical doctrines, and you know what to do with. And then you take a Gladiator Strike Force and have them, as another way to get them. There are so many ways to get your tac docs.
So, unyielding will.
Because I am unyielding.
Guilliman's leadership is not subject to negative modifiers of any kind, and he may re-roll Denial of Witch tests.
That's handy.
It's useful.
I'm surprised, though, that... Oh, I'm thinking he's fearless anyway.
Yeah.
Although I suppose it works with things, say...
Armour, Misery, Psychic Shriek.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, my dirty little Armour, Misery, Psychic Shriek combo.
It's not going to come up very often.
But it's worth noting.
So, Relics of Ultramar. He has a sword, which is a big fire sword.
No, hang on, you've missed it. He has all the command traits.
Warlord trait, yeah.
He has all the command traits.
I don't know all the command traits off the top of my head, so...
Let me just go and get my book. Stall for time.
Stall for time. It is a very pretty model. That's a lot of trim you'd have to paint, though. Like, a lot of trim. Like, I thought some of my Chaos models were bad for trim, but Jesus. Just trim everywhere.
Right, command traits.
123.
So, he has Inspiring Presence, friendly units within 12 use his leadership, which is good because he's...
Leadership 10?
Leadership 10 unmodifiable. Intimidating Presence, enemy units within 12 use their lowest leadership, not his.
It's alright.
Dust of 1,000 Worlds, all friendly units within 12 have moved through cover.
Not bad.
Your Warlord, a Master of the Vanguard, your Warlord and all friendly units within 12 add 1 to their run and charge distances.
That's pretty good.
In the shooting phase, your Warlord and all friendly units within 12 of him reroll 1s to hit. Negligible because you've probably got Tactical Doctrine up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And coordinated attack in the assault phase, your Warlord and all friendly units within 12 of him reroll 1s to hit.
Negligible because you've got assault doctrines.
Yeah, so there's some good ones in there.
There's some little buffs he gives out.
He's going to be a real pain to remember all the rules he has, though.
Yeah.
Adamantium Will, Chapter Tactics, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Feel No Pain, Fleet, Precision Shot, Precision Strike, Third Enemy.
All the Warlord traits.
Lord Commander, Primarch, Unyielding Will.
Then he's got
special
relics.
weapons.
So,
the Emperor's Sword of the Hand of Dominion is a Strength 10 AP 1, Melee, Armour Bane, Concussive, Soul Blaze, Touch of the Emperor, Whirling Flame.
Touch of the Emperor, any attacks with this weapon
that roll a 6 to hit are resolved at Strength D rather than Strength 10.
So on a 6 to hit you gain D.
Which means on average you're going to get 1D hit per turn because you're rolling 6 attacks.
Yeah, I don't know if he benefits from combat weapons.
It doesn't, no, I think he's 6 attacks base. He doesn't have a pistol.
Yeah. So, and Whirling Flame.
In the fight subphase, rather than attacking normally, he can make a number of attacks with this weapon against each enemy unit engaged equal to the number of models in that unit within 1 inch of him.
He goes all Sauron on them.
He basically just hits everyone within an inch. And with the size of his base, that's going to be a lot of guys.
Yeah, if you chuck a mob of orcs into him, that could be amusing. It's just like dunk, 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 dunk.
Hits on 3s, kills on 2s, no armor save, you're dead.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Not gonna lie, that's a decent weapon.
Then you've got his range weapon. No idea what it's called.
It is called... Yeah, that's weird, it kind of cuts it off. Oh, Emperor's Sword and the Hand of Dominion. So it's the Emperor's Sword is the sword, and then the fist is the Hand of Dominion.
So, Strength 6, AP2, Assault 3 Rending, 24-inch range.
So it's a 24-inch range. So it's a Strength 2 Rending Shuriken Cannon.
Strength 6.
So it's AP2. It's an AP2 Shuriken Cannon.
It's not bad.
It's a decent weapon. Pack that on with BS6
and then his armour of Fate.
3+ Invan.
That's
And
good.
if he's slain, place a marker on the spot. At the beginning of your next turn, roll a dice. On a 4 or more, he's restored by his armour. Place him as close as possible to the marker, more than 1 inch from any unit, and with D3 wounds. Otherwise Guilliman is slain. So on a 4+, he gets back up. If the marker is on the battlefield at the end of the game, Guilliman is considered to have been slain.
So the only way to actually slay him is when he just doesn't roll that 4 up, or is he good to roll again?
Well, yeah, it's just one. It's a one-shot thing.
So you have to, if he keeps rolling that 4 up, he'll never die.
Yeah, that's going to be. It's a bit
He's
random,
cool, but
because some guys have a comeback on 6, and it's like, oh, it very rarely happens.
I'd like to see him fight the Incarn.
Yeah, that would be.
He'd kick the crap out of the Incarn, I think.
I think he probably would, but that's if the Incarn didn't insta-jib him first.
Yeah,
Does the Incarn have insta-death? I can't remember. I've not used him yet.
no idea. But no, he's no Imperial Knight. I think you'll get more use out of a Knight than him.
But a lot of people will play him just because he is Guilliman.
There is that. He's nice. I like him.
He's nice. He's going to be fun to play.
And then you've got the Triumvirate of the Primarch, which is Cypher, the Grandmaster, and Guilliman.
Touched by fate, you can re-roll saving throws. Oh.
Yeah, reroll your saves with Guilliman. Great.
He's already got a 3. Okay, he's going to be hard to take down. 3 up in one re-rollable.
But this is going to be like a 1,000-point formation. He's 350. Terminator dude's 240.
So that's going to be 600. And then Cypher's nearly another 200.
190, yeah.
So you're looking at like 800, just under 800 points to field this.
And then, whilst Grandmaster...
Voldaris and Guilliman are on the battlefield, all friendly units with the armies of the Imperium have Stubborn.
Meh.
Stubborn stacked with Guilliman's re-rolling means...
I just find with Guilliman, you're never going to remember it all.
Yeah, you're going to forget stuff because he's got so much stuff.
You got another formation here, which has nothing to do with the characters.
But I'm just thinking, though, the way they've rendered a Loyalist Primarch here is pretty substandard compared to what the Forge World Primarchs give you. Bear in mind, it's the same guys, and they have really straightforward but very beneficial army-wide rules, and they can join units, which is so big, being able to actually give a bodyguard to your Primarch.
So you gain another formation called the
Victrix Guard,
which is
it's Captain Sicarius. He's a special character from Codex Marines. Guy with a big sword and a plasma pistol.
Yeah, a unit of Honor Guard, a unit of 4 units of Stern Guard
or Vanguard in any combo. Okay, Honor Guard are good. Honor Guard are very underrated in my opinion.
Oh no! Restrictions. No unit from this formation may take a dedicated transport or begin the game embarked in a transport.
Why? Why GW? Why can't they begin the game embarked in a transport?
That just makes them like scatter laser fodder.
I mean, they're never going to get anywhere.
Why do you do this to Imperium? You know, Imperium is your money maker, your main poster boy, and you gave the Eldar broken ass rules, and you're giving these guys nothing that I can see as equivalent.
No, I mean, the Vanguard, at least, if they take jump packs, don't need a transport. But the Honor Guard, these guys have bolters and power weapons and multiple attacks. They want to get into combat. They need, at least let them have a Rhino.
Sad days.
Oh, they need a Land Raider.
So I wouldn't take it because of the lack of transports.
Unless...
Add 1 to the weapon skill and military skill of characters in this formation.
Only characters though, so that's the Sergeants and Sicarius. And Sicarius...
Oh, sorry, characteristics.
Oh.
Was this?
Characteristic, okay.
So they all gain +1 weapon skill and military skill.
Stern Guard with BS5 is nice. Vanguard with weapon skill 5 is useful.
Well, this unit
While a unit from this formation is within 3 inches of Guilliman, he can make lookout serves as if he was part of it. Okay.
So basically, Guilliman walks along behind it, making lookout serves.
Or at the front of it, making lookout serves.
Bleh.
So it's... Oh,
No.
it's the transport thing. I mean, the formation as a whole, those benefits are really good. +1 ballistic skill to Sternguard veterans
Yeah,
is awesome.
but you can't ever get those specialist ammo into range to be effective. Is your camera shifted?
I think it has slightly, yeah. Let's just sorry, it's on a slightly unstable base tonight because of where we could get space. But we can't complain because the guys at 40k Gaming are legends for letting us use this stuff. And I'm saying that not only because they're in earshot, but also because I think you should go to their web store and buy stuff.
Definitely should, if they've got it working.
Yeah, if the web store's working.
So, got some forces here, forces of the Ultramarines. So Smurfs have their own detachment.
Ultramarine detachment, here we go. Any detachment with the Space Marines faction can be an Ultramarines detachment. If all the units have Chapter Tactics Ultramarines, well, yeah. Retains the Space Marine faction and gains the Ultramarines. Oh no. Blah blah blah. Ultramarine section may also have the following rules. Okay. You can choose to enact Devastator, Assault, and Tactical Doctrines.
You get another set of doctrines.
Another set of doctrines. You're going to have like 12 turns of doctrines.
And then you get new relics.
And new Warlord traits. Yeah. Okay. So, what the Warlord traits are Warlord traits. We won't really review them because they'll be random.
Because everyone just uses strategic or tactical anyway.
Yep, basically.
So, now with relics, we generally think they're always overcosted and say they're situational sometimes.
Yeah.
So the first one, no change, it's 35 points. The bearer has Eternal Warrior and It Will Not Die special. Okay,
cool.
That's really good. 35 points.
Yeah, this is the Tarentian Cloak. So it's basically the same as the Shield Eternal, isn't it? No, that's the Shield as well, yeah.
So 35 points with, no. It's too expensive.
Yeah, I mean, Eternal Warrior...
The Shield Eternal is probably cheaper.
I don't think it's cheaper, but I think it's better value because you get a Storm Shield into the
Yeah, you get a free up in one as well. So...
The Helm of Censure.
This is 30 points. The wearer of the helm has preferred enemy special rule against Chaos Marines.
You can re-roll all failed taken wound rolls.
Oh, so he has preferred enemy rule. Stop. Against Chaos Marines, he can re-roll hit into wound.
30 points, that would be interesting.
30 points for preferred enemy.
It's too much.
Yeah, too much again.
I mean, what you're going to stick that on? A Chapter Master. He always feels wrong running a Chapter Master with Ultramarines anyway, because they have a Chapter Master. He's called Marnius Calcon.
Yeah, and
it's too expensive.
with the amount of doctrines you get, you're not going to need it.
Yeah, you're going to... Oh, camera needs fixing again, but yeah, you're going to be re-rolling everything anyway, because you've got all your doctrines.
So, next one is the Sanctic Halo.
The Sanctic Halo, yeah.
15 points. Space Marine Captain only. The bearer of the Sanctic Halo has Adamantium Will and Feel No Pain special.
Feel No Pain's worth it for the 15. I like
Yeah,
that. I like
say
that. I think stick that on a good combat captain. You know, it stacks nicely with his Iron Halo and Artificer armor.
Yeah.
That's an item I would take.
Soldier's Blade, 20 points. Replaces a melee weapon. Strength user, AP2 melee.
Yeah.
AP2 weapon for 20 points.
That's again really quite useful. I mean, it's
Bloody hell. The Standard
of Macragge Inviolate, 60 points.
Jesus, this is a long one. How don't you do that?
Friendly Ultramarines within 12 inches of the bearer of the standard. Camera's fallen over again. Add 1 to their leadership characteristic. Okay. In addition, the bearer and his unit have +1 attack while the bearer is alive. Finally, roll a dice each time a friendly Ultramarine infantry model is killed within 6 inches before removing. On a 5+, That Space Marine can make an out-of-sequence shooting attack in the movement, psychic, or shooting phase, or pile in and make its attack if it's the fight sub-phase.
So they get effectively death frenzy for shooting. You get to make like the odd bolt gun shot, basically.
But
it's no strength from death, but it's pretty cool.
In addition, you get +1 attack for everybody around and +1 leadership. +1 attack in a
For 60 points.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, it might be useful if you're standing next to a Devastator squad, but
it works in combat as well. Put that in a.
I mean, if you put it in that formation, it might get some use out of it, but.
Very expensive though. You
Yeah.
really need to make a unit for it, rather than just tag it in there because you've got 60 points spare.
So, Vengeance of Ultramar, 20 points. It's a ranged weapon. Range 24, Strength 1, AP 5, Assault 4, Poison 2+.
So it's basically a quad-barreled poison weapon.
Meh.
20 points is a lot, even for 4 poison shots.
Yeah, I was going to say. So, one item in there that's worth taking?
I think so. 2, the
Santic
Sanctic
Halo.
Halo. The Soldier's Blade isn't bad. If you're going to take a power weapon, why not pay 5 points more and have that AP2?
Yeah, I was going to say. So, yeah, it's not bad.
Right, then we get a Strike Force type detachment, the Victrix Strike Force. So this is an Ultramarines only thing, so you've got to bear in mind, would you pick this or would you pick a Gladius Strike Force?
Depends. What do we get? Restrictions, you have to be Ultramarines, I believe?
Yeah, restrictions, you have to have a 1 core, 1 auxiliary, and must be Ultramarines, yeah.
The command benefits?
Preferred Doctrine, or Perfect Doctrine. You can choose to enact the doctrines once per game again. When one of these doctrines is enacted, all Ultramarines are affected. In addition, you can choose to enact any combination of Devastator, Assault and Tactical doctrines in any turn, subject to the normal number of times. So when you've got your standard Ultramarine doctrines, your additional doctrines from this, your additional doctrines from Guilliman, that's why you have it.
You can stack your doctrines in a turn.
So you can have a turn where you enact Tactical and Devastator doctrine.
It's pretty cool.
So your Devastators and your Tacticals are re-rolling everything.
That's not bad.
That's useful.
You get objectives secured and reroll your Waller trait.
Objectives secured on all non-vehicles, so no Obsec Land Speeders and Dreadnoughts here.
Yeah.
And yeah, re-roll your Warlord trait.
So option-wise, it's 1 plus core, 1 to 10 auxiliary, and 0 to 3 command.
So your core first, standard Battle Demi Company, a good solid force.
And Strike Force Ultra, which I
is,
believe is a crap ton of Terminators.
It's 4 units of Terminators. I believe it has to be 2 Assault, 2 Shooty, and then you have to have a Land Raider and a Storm Raven and a Venerable Dreadnought.
So for command options, you've got the Strike Force Command, which is a character assault. So Guilliman, Kelgar, Chaplain, Captain, 0 to 1 on a guard, and 0 to 1 command.
Yeah.
So
And the Chaplain can be Sicarius, and the Captain can be. The Captain can be Sicarius, and the Chaplain can be Cassius.
it's pretty cool. You also got the
Reclusium Command Squad,
And
which
the
is
Librarius
the really useless formation because you take a Chaplain who's an assault character and stick him in a Razorback,
yeah,
which you can't assault from,
and then the Librarius Conclave. So
which is really solid.
those commands are nice. For auxiliaries, you get the
Victrix
Guard,
Guard,
which were the ones that have to walk, weren't they? Armoured Task Force, 1st Company Strike Force, Anti-Air Defence Force, 10th Company Strike Force, Storm Wing, a Suppression Force, Land Raider Spearhead, and Centuria Siegebreaker Cohort.
so it's essentially everything out of the Space Marine book.
Yeah, so that's about it, and we get some tactical objectives.
So, for this formation, my initial thought here, looking at it from a strength type perspective,
I'll take a double demi.
it's decent, but you take a double Demi Company over it every time because you get 400 points of free transports.
Yeah, It seems like a nice army to play. I don't know if it would beat what we currently have.
I don't think this book makes Space Marines stronger. I think it allows you to play an Ultramarines that really feel like the heroes they're meant to be, rather than just Ultramarines as the most generic of Space Marines. So if you love your Ultramarines, or you love your Fallen, because they're in there too, there's some good, fun options here that are playable, but there's nothing that's going to create a shift in the meta like the Inari did.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I look at and think, oh, that's so scary, I never want to see that on the battlefield.
There's nothing that's made my face just turn inside out with disgust. Granted, any Space Elf does that to me, so...
So yeah, there we have it. A solid book, but nothing outstanding.
Yeah, it gives you a couple of new ways to play. Maybe there's some things we've overlooked.
I feel it feels like what the Gathering Storm books should be, in that they kind of are fluffy, fun lists to play through a storyline, rather than something that's really strong.
I mean, yeah, there's some nice stuff in there.
Certainly, if you're a fan of the Fallen and the lore behind them, certainly worth picking up, because you can now have the Fallen in your army.
Granted, they're just expensive Standguard.
They're cheaper than Standguard.
Are they?
They're 20 points a model. Standguard are 22 points per model.
Ooh, a whole 2 points.
Yes, per model. That's like the difference between a Chaos Marine and a
the main thing we
Dire
wanted
Avenger.
from this book was Guilliman, and I think he's overpriced.
I don't know if he's overpriced. I think 350 points for Primarch is good. I think he's under-equipped for his costs.
I think, and they've also put way too many special rules that you need to remember for him.
Yeah, it would have been better to have one or two more... I really am falling off the camera here, aren't I? I'm going to stand up. One or two special rules that give him a lot of strength, rather than these that give him so many rules, you're not going to remember what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of like when I'm playing my Dire Avengers, that you try and do something and I'm like, no, I've got this rule that counters that, now I've got this rule that counters that, oh, and then they can do this. And it's hard to for both you and your opponent to remember what your army does.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bad book, but nothing amazing.
Yeah, so there's Blood for the Blood God?
I think what Sam means is that now that we've had 3 books documenting the enemies of chaos, this whole Gathering Storm might need some chaos.
Yeah, well, it would make sense, because they're constantly fighting chaos. Why haven't chaos had a detachment like the Eldar got? Like, for Christ's sake, Eldar got a detachment. I want a detachment for my chaos.
I think there are 2 answers to this.
I want a broken ass rule for my Chaos Marine.
You might get one. Okay, there are 3 answers. The first one is that Chaos, as we've discussed before, have a crap ton of books already. Problem is, none of them are much good, but, you know...
They are slowly improving, but it's just a polished turd.
Yeah, the second reason is, at the moment, Chaos have been the aggressor, and it's all been written from the point of view of the opponents of Chaos, and I think the story may
continue to be that.
You need to let the opponents of Chaos have some strength before Chaos goes too crazy, because otherwise Chaos is just going to steamroll the whole galaxy.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm seeing some shakes of the head from our live audience here. Our live audience of 1. Hi, Andy.
Currently designing some more MDF terrain, which is
he's making
gorgeous.
some really gorgeous MDF terrain. Check it out, madgamingterrain.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Chaos will get something. I don't know what's going to happen now. Are they going to give us a break from Gathering Storm for a few months? Or are they going to give us more? We
haven't had something out for Sigmar for a while, have we?
We had a new Stormcast book 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, with the turkeys.
Yeah, with the death turkeys.
They look cool.
They do. I think I want some, but there's so many things I already want. But one thing I don't want is an Ultramarines army. Not because this book's bad, it just doesn't do enough to make me say, I really want to play Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're a salamander at heart. I'm a dirty chaos scumbag. So.
You are, yes, and a dirty unwashed space wolf.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we have it. Gathering Storm Book 3. Thanks a lot for watching. If they do another one of these, then stay tuned because we will be reviewing it.
My ass has
And
gone
I
so
will
dumb.
see you guys later. Really didn't want to hear about your ass, Sam. Nobody wants to hear about your ass. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.